Stoicism has been completely watered down. Today it's either a hustle philosophy used to chase money, cars, women, all that, or it's kind of just a way for certain individuals to sell books where they basically just explain the already simple writings of the Stoics to you. That's not what it was. I know because I'm a Stoicism nerd. Before Christianity, I was into it so much. I named my dog after Cato the Younger. That's how much I loved it. Cato the Younger still might be my favorite Stoic. Stoicism was there to answer one problem. How do you live well in a world you can't control? In a strange way, it was like a proto-Christianity, almost. Because Stoicism did not get diluted for no reason. It faded, partially, because something better came along. The answer Stoicism was looking for, that it tried so hard to be, appears in Jesus Christ. Stoicism begins around 300 BC with Zeno of Citium, or Citium, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm some white boy from Illinois. Zeno of Citium was a merchant who had lost everything in a shipwreck. And in his search for meaning within that, he discovered the teachings of Socrates. And he began studying under Crates of Thebes, a student of Diogenes, if I'm correct. What he found in Cynicism was a kind of raw, stripped down philosophy of what Socrates taught, rejecting comfort, status, and illusion, but it was too extreme for him. There's a story of Crates telling Zeno to walk down the street holding a bowl of lentils. Zeno couldn't bear to do it, and he dropped it, and he ran away covered in the beans. So Zeno refined it, kept the discipline, the indifference to externals, the focus on virtue, but grounded it in something more universal. At its core was this single assumption, that reality is governed by the logos, reason, a rational structure underlying everything. And the task of a human being was to align yourself with it, to live in accordance with that rational order, no matter what happens. The Stoics always wrote it as to live in accordance with nature. I believe the Greek word is physis. Stoicism chases contentment through that rational order, and that is the path to self-mastery, they say. Control your thoughts, discipline your desires, accept what you can't change. In that sense, Stoicism is centered on the self, in a way. As Marcus Aurelius put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and find strength. There is real truth to that. If there wasn't, Neo-Stoicism wouldn't be a thing, which kind of died off also, but that's besides the point. Stoicism can make you calm in the face of chaos, it can make you resilient, but it's missing one thing, and that's the reason it either collapses into the Andrew Tate types or the Ryan Holiday types. It lacks a fully developed idea of love, not just affection or preference. That's discrimination. Self-sacrificing love, agape. It teaches you how to endure the world, but it can't fully teach you how to transform it or be transformed by it. Something else enters the picture. Not just another philosophy, not another system of self-mastery, but a person. The fulfillment of hundreds of philosophies. 300 to 500 if you want to be exact. Well, that's not exact, but you know what I'm trying to say. Whoever you listen to, it can go from 300 to 500. Messiah, the son of David, the Logos, the actual Logos. Not just an abstract rational order, but the Logos made flesh, the Word. Love itself, Jesus Christ. And Jesus tells us, deny yourself daily, take up your cross, and follow me. That's not self-mastery in the Stoic sense. It's something heavier, way heavier. The world might be rational and ordered and all that, but ultimately it's a fallen world because of sin. Yes, the world has a perfect circle in how it recycles everything, but ultimately it's constantly eating itself. Nothing lasts forever in this world. It's two similarities you see between Ecclesiastes and Meditations. Both say everything under the sun has already happened. There's nothing new, and there is a pull in us toward what is wrong. Stoicism may say live according to nature, but what is our nature? We have two natures in a way, if that's not heretical to say. We have a pull towards sin, but we also have a hole in our hearts that is God-shaped. We seek that far more desperately than sin, yet we still seek sin. As Paul said in Romans, what I want to do, I don't do, and what I don't want to do, I do. You can control your thoughts, you can endure pain, you can stay composed. You can't remove that pull towards sin. And that's where Stoicism runs out. It gets you far, but yeah, you fall just short of the finish line. Because at some point, it's still only you trying to fix you. You're alone in it. That's the main issue. You have nobody to lean on. So instead, as Jesus said, follow me. Not me, him, Jesus. And yes, I know, before you get into the idolatry comments, this is a cross. It represents his sacrifice. This is not Jesus. This is just a cross. I know there's going to be people like that. Sorry. Try, fail, fall short, and be forgiven anyway, and try again. It's not about being perfect. The Stoics would actually agree upon that, but not the Broics. The Broics would say it's about being perfect. It's about trusting Jesus and actually trying. Jesus never promises an easy life. Enduring is part of it. Carrying your cross is part of it. But he does promise this. If you trust in him, you will be saved. You can't earn that. No amount of discipline gets you there. You try to turn away from sin. And when you fail, you keep going. That's what repentance is. A turning of your heart away from sin. And he meets you there. They say, for every step you take, Jesus runs 1,000. He loves you. He wants you to be with him. That's why he died on the cross for you. For all of us. He prayed for us right before he went to the cross. He prayed for the apostles, and then he prayed for us, you and I. Anyone who ever believed in him. Whoever will believe in him. Stoicism spends its time chasing virtue. Christianity naturally produces it. Because where there is love, there is faith. Where there is faith, something starts to change. Jesus talks about a kind of water that when you drink it, you won't be thirsty again. That's what Stoicism was reaching for, yet fell short of. Read the Gospels. You will not regret it. You're loved. Don't forget that. God bless, friends, and I wish you the best.